Hey guys, it's me, Meteor, and there's something you guys told me about in the comments in my last video that I honestly had no clue about, so I'm very happy for you guys for telling me about this. It must have been recent, because I did my research beforehand about the Hell Rooms, and which ones they were. But this one, I did not know about. Well, let's go ahead and begin, and I'll show you this. Thanks again. Alright, so in this room here, with these protruding platforms here, you'll notice this door. Of course I went in here before, but if you actually wait a little bit, and I heard it might actually be a few minutes, so I'm gonna, while Kirby's just sitting down there and waiting and patiently waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut away to where it starts actually pulling back. So let's just wait this out a bit and see what happens. I hear it could take a few minutes. Alright, here we go. So if you notice it spells an H. It protrudes, gives an A, protrudes back, gives an L, and then once that happens, there's actually a secret door that actually appears at the bottom here. And if you notice, it's like one of these little tilt things again. You get some stars, and oh wait, I didn't actually pull that off properly. Let's just go back in here. Get some more stars, float into this cannon. Then you're gonna blast down the other way. And you get a star, a keychain, a maximum tomato, another one of these 25 stars, and a 1-up. So, yeah, I had no idea about that. Thank you guys for actually pointing that out to me, because, yeah, like I said, I had no idea that even existed in the game. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and exit the level. I'm not gonna really complete this level because there's really no need, but I just wanted to show that off, so thank you again. Alright, now another thing I should point out before I actually start the battle, let's go here over to the map. Now, if you go back down to, let's go all the way back down to level 1, all the way down here. Now, look at the letters here. There's Fine Fields for level 1, that's an F. Lollipop Land for level 2, that's an L. Level 3 is Old Odyssey for O. Level 4 is Wild World for W. Level 5 is Endless Explosion for E, and level 6 is Royal Road for R. If you put it together, it of course spells flower, similar to the way how it spelled out crowned and Kirby Return to Dreamland. Oh my god, spoilers. But yeah, I think it's a kind of an interesting thing. What does it mean though? What does it mean? Well, of course there's Floralias and those people there, but let's go ahead and fight the final boss, guys. Now, this is actually my second take of this, not because I died, but because when I got all the way to the final boss, I'm like, alright, I got to the final form, this is gonna be great. Oh wait, I forgot the pause screen descriptions because I'm a freaking idiot. So yeah, normally in this scene here, you'll actually see King DDD being taken by Tyranza there in the background like he normally is, but you don't see that because I didn't have that part recorded. Oops, that's my own mistake. You see those emblems again, and even see a stained glass window of that same emblem. What does it mean? Oh well, let's open this door and see what lies us await inside. To think that you've made it this far, aren't you a persistent little thing? But even you will kneel before us. I, Tyranza, cannot allow you to interfere with Queen Sectonia's plans. Let me guess, you're here to save the hero of the lower world. The people of this land thought they were clever. They thought they could use the Dreamstock to save their world. But I saw right through their plan. Well, since you're already here, I'll give you your precious hero back. But he may be a little more hostile than you remember him. So here we have a battle against Masked DDD. Now let's go ahead and press the pause button here. Under the influence of Taranza's hypnosis magic and now donning a mysterious mask, the powered-up king wants to do battle with Kirby. Come to your senses, King DDD! Alright. Now, this battle is actually quite simple overall. It starts off quite simple anyway. Jumps up, grab one of those, hit him there. And again, I missed it. I could have hit him 3 times, but I didn't do that. Now, you want to stay away from it at all costs. If he inhales like that, just float above his inhale. Real easy, real simple to avoid that attack. Not a real threat by any stretch of the imagination. Then he's going to do the jump thing again. Except this time he only does it once. Now the first time he uses that attack, he's going to breathe fire. So don't even attempt that, he's going to use his flamethrower. Now this attack is kind of annoying to dodge at times, trying to go back and forth like this. Because sometimes you won't actually be able to... Sometimes it gets too close and not really much you can do about it. I forgot, that little 3 thing doesn't work on this phase. Oh well, whatever. And he is dead. Though, not quite. Taranza's not going to give up that easily. He gets ticked and picks up a freaking axe. I mean, that is awesome. I saw that, I'm like, holy crap, crap just got real. Now, versus Masked DDD's revenge. The revitalized king overflows with power after suffering defeat at the hands of Kirby. Kirby's rival has had his limiter removed, and now he swings a giant axe around with ease. Be careful, this battle machine is on the fritz. Alright, so yeah, of course this is a little traditional from the original Kirby Superstar Ultra, except this time he actually swings around with his axe instead of using a hammer this time. So he changes up his attack patterns as well. Now first one's going to fly up, and I said that and I still made the same mistake. But yeah, you want to stay on the ground for the first one, and then you want to jump up. The tornado attack here is probably the hardest one to dodge out of his entire attack move pool. But that's just me. I always end up getting hit somehow by it because I'm stupid. Either way, yes, he has the traditional Kirby Superstar Ultra music as well when he gets pissed like this. Anyway, he's gonna inhale there. And, oh, why do I always forget simple things? He actually shoots out shockwaves in the second time he attacks you there. Man, I'm just not doing good this fight. For some reason, I'm forgetting simple rookie mistakes here. Either way, for that attack there, it's really easy to dodge, but this one here is kind of fun. It's like a timing mini game, basically. You have to jump, 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 jump. Usually I could just dodge that perfectly just by jumping, but I timed it too late, and that caused my downfall. But then he's gonna actually send it back and cause an explosion. And that's that. Wow, I took a lot of damage there, didn't I? What is the meaning of this? I did just as Her Majesty commanded. The lower world should fall to its knees before me. Could you be the true hero of the lower world? Curses, if that's true. Majesty, your Majesty, Sectonia! Oh, glorious Sectonia, please come to my rescue. Why? Pitiful Taranza. I have no use for a fool who cannot follow orders. Now then, hero of the lower world, you would risk your life for this land? You would stand against me, the ruler of the heavens? Very well. You will bow before the great Queen Sectonia. My beauty rivals the divine. And my power will crush all that you hold dear. Alright, so here we have one of my all-time favorite final bosses from any Kirby game ever made, even possibly being out 0-2. This boss here is absolutely awesome. Queen Sectonia. She holds two staves, one that's actually like a magic wand, and the other, which is more like an actual sword. I messed up there pretty badly. She can also transform them as well, which is pretty neat. And of course she has a similar teleporting thing like usual. And the music here is like, I like on the whole organ thing it plays. She also sends out little shockwaves like this, kind of similar to Krako does. Now if you wait over here, grab one of these, shocker, grab another one, wait for it to respawn. Now for this, you want to keep moving, you don't want to stay in the same place. It's not a very bad idea to do so. Ah, I messed up. Should have waited for her to respawn, but I didn't. Now, this phase here is quite simple. Of course, like I said, you could just pretty much walk around and dodge it as ever you see fit. And then she has like this little disc thing that she floats around with. And I love how the music picks up like this. It goes from like organ to like rock right instantly. So she gets serious. Now, after she flies up these little discs like this, she's gonna go back to her normal attack pattern of floating back and forth. Now for this deck, you cannot inhale those shockwaves, don't even try to do that. The only thing you could actually inhale is the actual, the little stars that actually appear afterwards. So then she's out of her first phase, and she moves over to phase 2. What is she gonna do? Well, first she opens up some kind of portal, brings out a giant gem. Then she actually lifts you up and throws you right onto the gem to do battle with. So you don't have as much room to actually hide from. And then she starts throwing these little discs at you this way. Must I add, I love the music for this boss fight. Although I think that goes without saying. Aha. She also sends out portals like this, sends out minions. She could also kill her own minions. She's not very loyal to them at all. But I'd recommend just trying to kill them off, because if you don't want to hold on to one of them, because she actually attacks that way. It's impossible to dodge unless you float. Well, I'm not going to say impossible. It's just really hard to do so if you do. And if you try floating around, she could actually hit you when she flies around like that, so don't really waste your time trying to do that. And of course she has her multi-slash like that. And of course she's going to spawn more enemies here. I recommend for these parts probably just staying over to the side, because those enemies can attack you and do some good damage. Or you can just kill them that way too. And look, now she gets quicker now. Does the little slide thing. And then soon she's going to be taken down a little bit more. I'm not going to waste my time with those enemies. And there's also some food she drops to actually heal you up too. So that's good. Alright, come on. And then she gets out of phase 2 and actually goes into... Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot to do this again. First is Queen Sectonia. The evil queen who bewitched Tyranza is motivated by beauty and world domination. She seized control of Floralia and oppressed the people of the sky with her cruelty. It's time to face the true mastermind behind the curtain. Alright, now for this attack there, you want to float up in the air, because if you stay on that gem when she does that, you will get damaged. Trust me. Now this attack, may I add, is absolutely awesome looking in 3D. I think it's probably one of the best uses I've seen in this entire game for the 3D. And honestly, this game makes a great use of the 3D for a lot of aspects. This is probably one of the better ones. When she actually does that in and out attack in 3D like that, it really looks intimidating, and I think it's really well done. Anyway, I'm just going to try to avoid all these. See, look, if I go over down here, she actually kills her minions. She doesn't even care about them. So I think it's kind of funny, actually. It's realistic, too. I mean, I don't like how some games just like the enemy attacks and they're somehow immune to all damage from the actual attack, but you're not. Queen Sectonia doesn't even care. She's like, yeah, I kill my minions, so what? I don't freaking care about them. Grab one of them, so we hit you a second time. I can, alright. And then, she is taken down. Down with the queen! I see. I expected as much from the hero chosen by the Dreamstalk. But I wonder, how will you handle this? You see, true beauty is control. The Dreamstalk has guided you thus far. But its bloom will be your doom! Floralia, Dreamland, and this entire planet! You should all feel honored. You will serve as my sustenance for eternity! Level 7, Eternal Dreamland. Put that with flower, and you get flowered. Which most people don't actually add when they add in playlist for music. It seems like we're blocked off, but nope. The little inhabitants of Floralia actually brought this cannon for us to actually use against her. How nice of them. They want her to die as much as we do. Now for this, it's actually like a tilt control, so you can tilt it however you want using the controls. Kind of cool, kind of easy to use. Not when you're playing on a big screen, you pretty much have to look down to use it. But let's go ahead and press start here real quick. Versus Sectonia Vine. Sectonia's parasitic species survives by leeching power from other life forms until they're weak enough to be controlled. The people of the sky and King DeDeDe decided to fight back in an effort to save the planet Popstar from the evil queen. Now of course you want to hit them when they're actually opened up, so wait for it. So you want to time this. It starts off with 1, of course that's simple. It's never just that simple though. Never. I wait for this one to actually start charging, like that, and then hit it. Otherwise it'll close up way too fast for you to use. That one's gonna hit there. And now the only last one we need is to hit this one here. That's taken down so far. And then it's gonna go through one more phase here. This time with 5, and they actually have spiky outlaters too, so they do more damage if you hit them otherwise. Of course it gets easier as you take down more of them, but either way. Ah, you fooled me there. They also could shoot those out too, try and mess with you. And I think you don't actually take damage either when you actually shoot out the little bomb like that. Maybe you do, I didn't actually check. But you want to be quick, otherwise they'll shoot out a laser and pretty much kill you. Well, not kill you, but do a lot of damage. So that means the last one's going to be right here. And thus the vine is open, so all we do now is just aim at Sectonia. Now this is interesting. You keep on going from the foreground to the background here. And he throws another Masked Tomato in case you're low in health. I already have a Masked Tomato in supply, so thanks, so I'm not going to use it. I'm going to try to actually do this without actually healing. Well, I guess I healed using that one food that one person dropped. But either way, you have your choice of power here. I'm, of course, not using any power. That's just the way I roll. And let's fly off and see what awaits us. Sectonia unleashes her terrible beauty. She has combined her form with that of the Dreamstalk, and in her madness seeks rulership of not only Floralia, but of all of Popstar. Grant unto the wicked queen the eternal beauty sleep she so desires. So yeah, it starts off pretty easy, and basically just shoot off those right there. Now you can't actually hurt Sectonia directly. You can only hurt her little vines. So that's kind of an interesting tactic. Wow, I'm doing awful. What am I doing? I am very ashamed of myself here. She has several phases though. There's that phase there. And then each time she actually goes a different phase, they change up the attack pattern. Now, this attack I never could properly judge. I can't judge it at all. Because even though they fly in, when they start doing this attack, I can't tell what they... Like, seriously, I don't... The camera perspective is so odd for that attack. I can never get that right. But, either way. That phase is down. I think she has 5 phases, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm just doing a horrible time actually dodging them. Now these lasers here are actually quite simple to dodge, actually. You can actually just stay on one of these platforms to be completely avoided of all damage. Especially the middle one. And for this attack, you just float above it, like this, to also avoid it. But they don't actually drop anything, which is odd. I messed up. Let's see, you're gonna float up, down, flying. I'm gonna wait for you to actually come back down here, so I can actually hit you properly. I'm try to grab one of these. Alright, now I'm doing a little bit better here. Now I'm actually understanding what I'm doing here, actually focusing properly, instead of trying to just whale it. Not whale it, Either way, now she actually grows 4 sprouts, so it's kind of a lot hard to dodge now, because now she could have 2 firing at you, and 2 actually shooting swords at you. So yeah, kind of annoying. This attack is kind of annoying because they bounce on the ground like this, whereas one's going to be bouncing above higher than the other. Then you can float above it. Probably the hardest attack she has to dodge, really. Now this attack is kind of annoying. And then she has this attack, where she shoots out a mega laser, basically. Look at that power. You do not want to be trapped in that beam by any circumstance. As long as you don't actually get within the main line of fire, you should be safe. But, yeah. Don't be stupid. One more hit, and she should be gone for good. Ah, I messed up. Oh, nope. I was wrong. You could take one more hit, too. No, I almost fell down a pit. That would have been bad. Well, now, she is taken down. Viva la Resistance! Nope, it's still not over. Not yet. that just... Uh, Thus, Kirby, thanks to Tyranza's help, actually trying to betray the Queen himself, we now have the Hypernova ability. If you press start here, it's the same thing. So yeah, there's no special thing for the Hypernova section, which I think there should be, but oh well. For this attack, of course, you want to inhale all of these. And then she's going to shoot out one of those. Of course, you just want to hit it that way to actually make them collide. And it's going to fly back and explode. And then afterwards, does the same thing. I kind of think that this section here is kind of repetitive in my opinion, but that's just me. Because you pretty much have to do this same thing. The attack pattern doesn't actually change up like much at all. But that's that. After eventually you break those, then the flowers start coming down at you, the petals. So just duck underneath them, grab them, and then use the tilt thing again here. Wait for it. So you broke one of her force fields. So then it goes back to the same thing again. The music's awesome though, I'll say that much. Pretty much every track they used for this final boss is awesome. That's pretty much a noticing trend I'm seeing here. And then you aim again. The best idea to do this is actually see where one of them spawns and actually just aim there and wait for it. Because they always go in the same pattern. Eventually they just attack you automatically without having to actually do anything. They attack you twice. And you just want to aim it, let's say right here. And thus her force field is entirely broken. But now she's ticked. Now she's actually going to shoot a laser at you. Now you want to spin the control stick like it's saying there as fast as you can to actually outbeat her laser beam and inhale that. Take your laser right back, punk. Thus, the vine is destroyed. See all the petals floating back from her demise? So yeah, Tyranza wasn't really evil, he was just misguided by the Queen. And so Floralia was saved thanks to Kirby's heroic efforts. The people of the sky had long lived under the cruelties of the evil Queen. In a last-ditch effort to save themselves, they put their hopes and dreams into a seed and sent it to the surface, in order to bring Kirby, the hero of Dreamland, to their rescue. King DDD was mistaken for Kirby and was kidnapped by Tyranza. But Floralia would be in ruins had he not played his part. Indeed, the Dreamstalk works in mysterious ways. When it was over, Kirby looked up at the sky. And saw that the Dreamstalk was in full bloom. It serves as a reminder of Floralia and a new landmark in Dreamland. Alright, so that's it. We are now done with Kirby Triple Deluxe. Although not really, because there is still a whole lot more to cover. I mean, seriously, there is a lot more to cover. This is pretty much just the beginning, just the tip of the iceberg. Even though the main story is done, our adventure has just begun. We have a lot more to go, and it's going to be a good time. Overall, though, I actually really enjoyed doing this Let's Play. I overall enjoyed the game, because it has one of my favorite endings, my favorite from any Kirby game, probably the most cinematic we've seen out of any Kirby game, and the final boss was really well done. That's one thing I like about HAL Laboratories. When they make a final boss, they make a final boss right. I mean, it's one of the few programmers I've actually seen in any video game I could even think of that actually does a really good job with the ending. Most games just try to rush something in there, like, alright, the final boss, let's just make it really easy and finish it in like 5 seconds, make it not even a challenge, make it anticlimactic, make it whatever you want, just do whatever. HAL's like, you know what? We're gonna make a final boss and we're gonna make it amazing. That's what they've done so far, and I'm very proud of that, very proud of them for actually going that route. I really wish more game developers would actually follow that same footsteps. I mean, granted, HAL hasn't always made great final bosses. Just look at Kirby's Squeak Squad. That was just pitiful. But that's another story for another day entirely. But yeah. Overall, very nice Let's Play. I did enjoy the fact that I got to go over the whole keychain history. Whenever I got a new keychain, like a rare keychain or something, I always got to go over Kirby trivia. And as much as I know about Kirby games, I thought that was very enjoyable being able to do that. I could tell a lot of people actually appreciated that too. Some people actually enjoyed the fact I knew so much about Kirby, and gave him a little bit of history. So I enjoyed doing that too. I overall enjoyed the Let's Play immensely, and I was very glad I was able to do it. I came into a lot of trouble trying to even start Let's Play in the first place because I had a lot of issues with my 3DS capture card and a whole bunch of other things, but it all worked out and it's all back to square one. We're all good and set to go again. So that's good. Now that we're done with this, we could continue on and move forward, so that's nice. I'm trying to think of what else I could talk about here. I don't really feel like talking about my next Let's Play because that's not a ways yet. We have quite a while till my next Let's Play even starts, because after I finish this one, I'm probably going to take a little break and go from there. Probably. I might just step into my next Let's Play and hope to catch up whatever I missed, whatever, but we'll go from there. I think we're getting near the end of the credits here, if I'm not mistaken. We might be, or might have like another 2 minutes to go. Honestly, I'm running out of things to talk about. I talked about everything I really wanted to. I can't think of anything else. I'm just going to let the credits play out until something happens, and go from there. What is that odd image there? Huh, we haven't seen that in the game. Oh well, we'll see that later, I suppose. And of course, there's the pretty little flower there. And Kirby gets some well-deserved rest. And after the credits end, here you'll see Kirby, King DDD, and all the people of Falalia waving you off and congratulating you. You also see Taranza there too. The end? You unlocked the arena, a boss battle gauntlet. You've unlocked DDD Tour. Play through the game as King DDD. You can exchange arena and DDD Tour records with other players via Street Pass. If you enable Street Pass, why aren't you even showing that off? There's no point. But yeah, we now have unlocked the arena and DDD Tour here, so that's what those two things are here. I'm going to be finishing up story mode, doing those 2 last EX stages, and I'll probably be doing the arena. Then I'll probably be moving over to DDD's Drum Dash, Kirby Fighter, and then DDD Tour. And I think I'm going to be doing it in that order. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys stick around for the extra content that there is. There's a lot more to cover. Anyway, see you guys then.